Hello. So I wanted to put a little intro insert here and say that that's me now officially just about finished college. I say that, but I still have I think one more class left. That's fudge. I'm being accosted by fudge. Fudge. It's on my leg. Anyway, so isn't that lovely? You love to hear it, don't you? I just have one day left next week, and that's me done until August, the end of August, and so I've got plenty of time. I've recently been feeling a little bit burnt out because I did make a film and I did a radio and podcast and stuff. But anyway, that's done now, so I can focus more now on what I want to do with this channel and starting other things and working on other projects. So I just wanted to just share the fact that I'm done and this is what I'm doing. Really not good at just waffling in front of a microphone. I don't know why. So I'm gonna kind of try and to kind of cut down in the workload and make it a bit easier for myself, because I am doing this by myself. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but yeah, this is just me because Fudge refuses to help because he's just lazy and old and mean. He doesn't care. So because I'm doing it on my own, there are certain things that I wanted to do that I suppose don't really require video for. So what I'm going to do instead, and what I'm doing with this video, is I am just going to put a little public domain sort of visual, so like a little cartoon that you can enjoy while I waffle, to just kind of have playing silently in the background while I just kind of rabbit on and on about my very mean sounding opinions about people who guess twist endings, I suppose. But just remember, this is just kind of a bit of fun, and I just like to talk about horror for ages, and Fudge is bored with listening to me talk about horror. You can hear how bored he is, since he's right in my face and telling me he's bored. So it's just something nice to kind of have on there, so you're not staring at just my logo or something. In another video, I might just do a video of Fudge just sleeping or something, or just being, because he is lovely, he's very delightful. I could do a little compilation of old videos, but whichever. Anyway, enjoy the video. Hi, this is Lindsay, and welcome to Lindsay Loves Horror. I do want to just preface this by saying that there are some moments where I do sound like a little bit of a dick. I will say that a couple of times, and I'm completely aware, but I've found that with either sort of viewpoint, there aren't really any winners with it. It's you're going to sound like a dick no matter what. There is nothing in it that doesn't make you sound pretentious. Saying, okay, well, I saw the twist coming 30 seconds within watching this, and now I'm bored. Or, if you're in the opposite side, say, well, I switched my brain off, and I enjoy the movie, and I don't overthink. Either way, you just kind of sound a little bit pretentious in a way. I do want to say, though, that I am not at all pretentious, obviously. I mean, I watch absolute shit. I watch a lot of, crap horror movies, a lot of slasher movies, and I love Birdemic for, context. So I'm not deliberately sounding pretentious, is basically what I'm saying. But it can come across that way. And when I say bad horror movies, we're talking about the ones that the internet say are absolutely terrible. So I did say Birdemic already, but I enjoyed The Open House, even though people thought that was a bad generic Netflix movie. I kind of enjoyed it. I like an ambiguous home invasion movie. But then you have the other generic ones, like people didn't like Ghost Ship. I didn't know that was a bad movie until the internet told me. So that was kind of you. Thank you very much, internet. I also kind of liked Mother. I will enjoy some Shyamalan movies, that's fine. The Happening is a fun movie, and I've heard an argument for both Silent Hill adaptation being both bad and good. In fact, the sequel wasn't terrible. It was okay, but it had a really good fight scene with Pyramid Head. So interestingly enough, I didn't enjoy Unfriended. I know the sequel was said to be better. I haven't seen it, but at least I'm with the internet on this one. Yeah, so I found Unfriended to be quite terrible and unwatchable for the most part, and I would probably never watch it again. But I did like The Gallows too. Do with that information as you wish. Also, I've never seen The Godfather or Taxi Driver, and the only French movies I've seen have been horror movies such as Martyrs, Inside, Diabolique, and Them. A lot of this might sound like incoherent waffling, but to me it makes sense, and I just have to remember that not everybody's inside my brain, which is quite a hard thing for me to try and come to terms with. I do sometimes sound like a dick. I'm just kind of going off on a weird little tangent rant, but that's not at all what I mean to do. I swear, I am a lovely person. I'm very nice to people most of the time, even though I'm not a people person. But I have been told that I am the sweetest, so make of that what you will. This article was inspired by watching the 2020 movie Come Play, a movie about an autistic boy being followed by an invisible entity that just wants to be his friend. Just so you know, there will be spoilers for this movie if you're interested in seeing it, so I would skip ahead. After 20 minutes in, there is a scene where he is messing around with a camera app with filters. As soon as I saw that it was capable of applying filters to a second face, I knew another one was going to appear behind him. Was I correct? You bet your sweet bippy I was. Did it bother me that I saw it coming? Not really. It was something that was used in 2020's Host as well, so I don't know if it is a new feature that people are now utilising in horror. I don't know. This can be a fairly common complaint for most horror audiences, which gives them plenty of excuses to nitpick and dislike the movie they're watching. Figuring out that something is going to happen in a horror movie isn't a particularly good reason to not like it, nor is it a flex or something to brag about. Just a heads up, I might sound like a dick when I'm saying this. One of the most recent episodes of Inside Number 9, well, it was recent last year when I originally published this, is a good example of this. I was watching an honest review by the horror channel Unleash the Ghouls after watching said episode on BBC iPlayer. They were posting a review every week about the episode that aired, although they haven't done this year for the final season, so it had become routine after watching each new episode of my favourite anthology series. In this particular episode, Love is a Stranger, the reviewer stated that he guessed the twist about 2 minutes into the episode and spent the rest of the runtime searching for clues as to how it would get there. For context, the series is well known for its use of twist endings, which seems to put a lot of pressure on creators Reece Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton. People are always expecting top-notch and unexpected twists that will completely blindside them, and they criticise the episodes if it doesn't deliver. With this season 8 episode, the YouTuber cheated himself out of enjoying the episode fully as he was too distracted by overthinking. When I checked the comment section on that video, just about all of them stated that they figured the ending out just as quickly, in some cases within 30 seconds. This whole thing infuriated me, particularly when one of my friends said the same thing. One of the commenters even said that if you don't get the twist in the first couple of minutes, you have a mental deficiency. The comment has since been deleted. So why did the reaction to the twist bother me so much? Was it because I didn't see it coming a mile away? How was I able to watch it without guessing the ending? Easy. I switched my brain off, or rather it switched itself off. I may have seen the filtered entity's face appear behind the boy coming, but I didn't know how the movie would end. Does guessing a twist ending make you feel good about yourself, or does it make you feel clever? Will you get a medal for it, or some kind of life-fulfilling recognition from someone important? Probably not. I did say I was probably going to sound like a dick. I don't mean to be. I'm just like that. Predictability at this point is nothing new, and it ties in with generic horror. I personally see nothing wrong with either of these aspects as long as I'm not completely bored, and as long as something actually happens, then I'm happy. I'm looking at you, Skinamarink. 100 minutes! Give me that part of my life back. I say that, and then a couple of months after writing this, I watched it again with a friend, and I'll admit it was a different feel. We sat in the dark and didn't do anything else. We didn't even really talk during it as much as we possibly could, and it was a better experience than watching it by myself. So it depends on how you enjoy films, whatever. Why do audiences feel the need to overthink horror movies? This is something I don't understand. How can you even enjoy movies when you insist on viewing them like this? Maybe you should try reading a book instead, or take up a new craft hobby. Going by all the complaining, these people clearly don't like watching films. Another thing, since I first wrote this, about 2 months later, my friend visited and we watched Malignant, and for the first time I could not switch my brain off, or rather my brain would not switch off because it's like an automatic thing, and I just couldn't enjoy the movie because I was watching it with my brain. And then when I watched Scream 6, I actually guessed the killer, at least one of them anyway, and I don't know if it was just really obvious or my brain is starting to do something, you know, it's starting to turn against me, because that is the first time I've ever guessed the villain, not just in the Scream movies, but in any kind of slasher movie or mystery or anything like that. So that was quite concerning for me. Essentially what I'm saying, probably through terrible articulation, is to switch off your brain, stop overthinking and just watch the movie. Stop nitpicking and finding flaws, stop looking for perfection in every frame, just enjoy it. Not every script has to be Shakespeare, some can be Birdemic or The Room. They can be imperfect and entertaining. In the end, that's all that matters, being entertained. Otherwise, we may as well just stop watching altogether and just sit and do long division or something. Oh, was that the end? Okay, I was expecting more. It looks like there was going to be more. I mean, I'm not trying to shame anybody for, you know, those who cannot switch their brain off. I'm neurodivergent, so that's just how my brain works, and I understand that not everybody's like that, and because of that, that's why I can't articulate myself very well, or something in better English. So a lot of these videos are going to be me having to explain what I mean by things, so just bear with me please. I can't help it. But anyway, that was just a little thought that I had at the time of watching that film, so I thought I'd sort of reiterate it here. Sometimes it's just interesting to think about all of these things that are within an entire community of people, like in this case the horror community, and just to kind of start a talking point or something. I don't know. I wasn't trying to start anything. Like I wasn't trying to do anything negative. I just like to waffle at the end of the day. So if you like my videos, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content updates. Thank you.